Hello everybody, it is me at Briskatuzi, and today we are here talking about That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, episode 11. Now, the first 11 minutes of this episode, just like, wow, with like everything that's going on, like I really enjoyed how he did the cooking thing, and I really like it how they like did that scene perfectly with him just like asking the Great Sage for help, like grabbing like a spoonful of it, and then just shoving it in into Gapta's mouth, and then you just see him die basically. And just throw a towel on him, then just have like a small burial for him. I also thought that it was weird how Soe was able to have multiple bodies. Like I didn't even know that he could do that. Like I didn't even know that Soe could even do multiple forms like that. I don't even remember that from the manga. If that happened, I don't even remember, because I don't remember that happening. That has to be something from the light novel, because I don't remember that skill being ever shown, like ever. Like he's always just been himself with his threads and him sticking people to stuff. Like I don't remember him having that. And then like especially like them like ignoring him when he went to go and eat that food is pretty interesting to see. And then the lizardman, like wow, like what's his name again? I already forgot like his name, like Gabiru or something like that. Like or Benir, I think it was Gabiru. Like it's really like his like men, like his followers, they're like a whole bunch of like dumb, idiot, like delusional people. Just like they're like yes man. They're like always saying yes to him, even though that Gabiru has like doubts and stuff like that. But then they keep on like throwing out all of his like insecurities and stuff like that to make him think that he's like this great person. Pretty much what they are. They're just a bunch of dumb idiots that don't know what they're doing. They're just doing whatever they want. We saw that Shuna is able to is able to do stuff with threads and weaves and stuff like that and build clothes for the future. I think that she probably, it's either she already learned that or maybe she gained more techniques from that from the dwarfs, but then the dwarfs also probably gained techniques from Ramiru, because Ramiru probably knows how to do stuff with that with his abilities and stuff like that. So maybe that's what's going on with all of that. But we also saw that apparently she's jealous that Shion is always with Ramiru, you know, that she wants to hug him. So I guess that even though that Ramiru isn't actively going to get girls like he said in the first episode, the girls are just coming to him, which is funny to say the least. But other than that, that's the only thing that happened. Yeah, that's all that happened for the first 11 minutes. Not that much happened in the first part of this episode, so that's all I really need to say. If I missed anything, then tell me. But yeah, I'll talk about the rest of this episode in a few seconds. I like it how he did it again. Like he imagined what the elves would look like. Imagined them in like his world, what an elf would look like, and saw what an elf would look like. And he did the same thing with Trainee the Dread, where he saw the picture and then saw her. To be honest, when he was imagining the elves, the real elves, there was definitely a difference. But when he looked at like the Dread from when he was thinking about a game, then saw Trainee, they looked exactly the same almost. Like maybe like his imagination had the boobs be a little bit bigger, but still. I like it how I like noticed that like Trainee's like boobs as she was like growing and forming. It was weird how instead of her just appearing like in the manga, like it's weird how they actually showed it. There's lots of extra scenes, especially how they showed like all of the ogres turning into like mafia people as a joke. There's lots of jokes of this I find really cool, especially how Gapta returned and he got poison resistance, which was pretty funny and cool. It was also cool seeing Gapta go Super Saiyan. He went Super Saiyan. That also happened in the manga. And then he like he like has shadow step. He like goes into the ground, comes back up, and then just kicks somebody in the head. That's really accurate to the manga, where he just gets knocked out really quickly. It was also cool seeing like how like Gabiru's reaction to like Ramiru being like the leader of like the monster village, and then him like downplaying him and being like sort of like snob towards him, and then you see all of them getting angry, especially Shion just like grabbing and squishing Ramiru. Like Ramiru's a slime, so it doesn't hurt him. Like wouldn't it not hurt him? Like wouldn't it not hurt him? And then like, but then for some reason he's like reacting to it, I guess, because he gets twisted and turned this whole entire episode. It was also uh, it was also cool seeing how when Gabiru was like looking down on them and calling them weaklings, how he like looks over at Rigurd and then sees like a very like buff, like strong hobgoblin, and looks at all the like ogres and sees how they're really buff. And he looks at Shion, and he had the exact same reaction that Ramiru had when Ramiru met Shion. He's just like wow, and then and then Gabiru was just like wow, like really just putting like the attention, like a lot of the shots of her are the just the intention of just her boobs like all of the time. And then we also saw that when I'm looking back to towards the end of the episode when we saw the Dryad, how she's asking Ramiro to like defeat the Orc Lord. It's really weird how like all of the regular orcs are just like regular sized like pigmen, but then the Orc Lord is just like 2 to 3 times just bigger. Just 2 to 3 times as big as just an orc, but just as big as like a giant. Like there's not even a difference. But then I'm pretty sure that when the Orc Lord becomes an Orc disaster, I'm pretty sure that he's probably going to become a lot different. Because I think that in the opening, or was it the ending, when you saw like that creature with the whole entire long arms? Is that a different creature, or is that just something for the opening, or is that the Orc disaster? Because I like barely remember what the Orc disaster is, even though that I read the manga, and then I read the manga again a few weeks ago to remember things, but I still don't remember things that well. Maybe this the opening and ending are just not really, or just things that I don't know about yet. It was also really funny seeing how when all of Gabiru's followers were chanting for him and chanting his name, saying Gabiru, Gabiru. He's like doing all of these like weird poses. I'm pretty sure a lot of JoJo fans, when they saw that, would probably think of JoJo, but I don't really care about JoJo. It was also cool seeing Ranga get really mad at Gabiru and seeing like that like cool like animation thing where it's like 2D. You saw the red and you saw the blood and you saw like the wolf like mouth and you see him like going closer to him. Another thing that I found really funny is when is when uh Benimaru was just like, "Can I kill him?" And he's like smiling, and they're like a serene like palace. But then you see how they see the shot go towards Ramiro, and Ramiro's just like, "Yes, you can." And then you see Benimaru start going towards Gabimaru, and he's like cracking his knuckles. But then Ramiro goes out of his trance, and he's like, "No, no, no! I said yes, but don't do it." It's really funny. And I like it how like even though that like the lizardman asked for help, he said no, but then because a Dryad asked him, because Trainee asked him, he said yes. Yeah, that's pretty much all that happened this episode. I found it really enjoyable. I thought the one thing that was really weird was when after Gavita beat Gabimaru, and when it showed everyone talking, their mouths weren't moving. It was just showing their faces like in still frames. I laughed at that part because I was just like, really? All you had to do was just animate the mouths. Like it's like all of them were just thinking in their head, even though that they're supposed to be talking out of their mouths to him. They're like, are they hearing what they're hearing? And then apparently Ramiro is going to give Gapta a weapon for winning. But yeah, that's pretty much all that happened this episode. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what happens next week with the Dryad and Lizardman. I think that the orc stuff probably is going to happen in episode 15, maybe episode 16. And maybe we're not even going to see like I don't know if anybody else watched the teaser, but in the teaser there's like another pink-haired girl. She's probably not going to show up towards like episode 20 or something. And then like I can probably tell when the series is going to end. It's probably going to end on a cliffhanger. But the series is really getting really popular, so this series might get a second season probably, maybe. It depends because a lot of people are like buying like stuff, and a lot of people are enjoying this series. So, and it is getting popular on Crunchyroll and stuff like that, and on like on YouTube. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this review, leave a like, or this discussion and stuff like that. Leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this at all, then leave a dislike. And yeah, those are my overall thoughts about this episode. And I'll see you guys next week. And bye.